was heading towards the edge of the bridge, and the car wasn't responding, and I just closed my eyes and I prayed to God, and I opened my eyes and I stopped just before I went off the bridge. I broke the barrier. I nearly went off the bridge. God saved my life. God saved my life. And I remember my dad said, maybe God saved your life, but I wouldn't have taken my hand off the wheel. Mm-hmm. And that was his mentality. And I remember him saying, I was only 8. Mm-hmm. I remember him saying that and walking off. And I talked to him about it on the way home. What does that mean? He goes, well, God has a plan. That's great, but I'm going to do my very best while I'm here. And God will allow me to either succeed or he won't. So we could sit here and say, Jesus is coming back to save Christian nations. Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps you should stop letting yourself get punked all day and stand up and do something. Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But it truly breaks my heart when these things are happening.
Well, no, you're right, because faith without works is not, it's meaningless. But let me ask you, very interesting, because you said you believe Jesus is coming back,
yeah,
and yet you're Islam.
So does Islam.
They do?
Yeah.
So they believe that Jesus is the Son of God?
Yeah.
Okay.
They believe he was a messenger.
They don't believe he's the Son of God?
I have to be, I don't want to say anything incorrect, because if I say anything incorrect, the Muslim world jumps all over me. But they do believe he was a messenger. They believe he was a prophet, mm-hmm, along with Muhammad and along with Moses. They believe in a lot of the same things. I guess the very simplistic way to understand or explain Islam is they believe in the Bible. They believe in all of it. They just wrote one more book afterwards by one more messenger, Muhammad, peace be upon him. And in his book, he said, Christians are right. Everything's right. But there's also this part. That's the very simplistic view of it. Mm-hmm. I don't think the problem is Islam versus Christian. I don't think the problem is God versus God. I think the main